recording. Just we never want to be playing in pain, right? Like, absolutely. Just hold on. I just got to get it out of the system. It's horn playing's great. I love making music, but it's not worth hurting ourselves for and aggravating things. So you know your body and you know your limits. So just if at any point you need to walk something back, or like I can't engage with this particular exercise, please let me know. Okay?
I appreciate that, but it bothers me a lot anyway, Alex. But I just ignore it because
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to just ignore it. Because we want you to get as speedy recovery as possible. Okay. And so if you are doing things to aggravate it by ignoring it, then that's going to slow down the process.
Well, that's why this thing is wrapped around the wrist.
Okay.
It's to keep it from bending.
Okay, sure. So please don't ignore it. If it's hurting.
I won't. But
well, you just told me you were. You just told me you were. So I'm watching you. I'm keeping a close eye on you, Esther. Right? Do not, please. For me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's never worth it.
Well, don't worry. If I'm in that much of a pain, I'll let you know.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just setting my original sound on.
It's already on.
Well, mine wasn't. So
I
now
turned it on.
I'm not. Well, I just said I was doing mine. I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But make sure it is turned on. Cool. So, show me that. Not bad.
It always does better.
Not bad.
It always does better when we're not around.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. No, look, there was some good suction in that. There was some good suction. I think it's better. It's just a bit violent.
We should keep it up, Alex.
Hallelujah. That third one. No, too far in the other direction. The third one was great. Why was it good? One, I don't think you tried too hard. Two, the mouth was nice and open. When you watch back, that's the one I want you to observe. Right, a nice deep.
Like that?
No, that one was not good. That was good. So just slow. Wait, stop. Let me address and diagnose. So I don't know how many you've done. Two of them have been great. Right, the third one that you did, the mouth was dropped. We weren't trying at all. It was just, and it was nice and relaxed in the throat, and we filled up in the lungs. There was another one, a couple of breaths later, that you did that was the same, but two out of how many did you do? 6, 7, 8? There were
no, not that many.
all sorts of crazy stuff going on. So you are not alone in this. All of my students essentially do this. We get excited. We want to try and just go again. With no room
for one thing, Alex, I want to say it's always good to see you.
And you, my friend.
And I just get amused. I get excited, and then
of course
things go haywire. So
Well, it's all right. It's okay to get excited. I had a number of teachers over the years who did dislike excitement and enthusiasm
I know.
and did their best to squash it. Needless to say, I think that they were dickheads. I think it's important to be enthusiastic and excited, right? But let's just make sure that we've also got space for consideration and capacity to remain composed when we're trying these things. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So, great, terrific. Slow down, no rush. Both of those were great. Excellent. That's enough of that. Can I get your mouthpiece out?
Oh.
Please and thank you. Can you blow me a raspberry? Can you go? Very fine. That was a terrific breath, just by the way. Now like this. Listen. That was pretty close.
You want me to get higher up then, right?
Yes, so the pitch goes up, and we do that by squeezing our lips. Don't blow too loud. Let's call it mezzo forte. So loose. Beautiful. That was a good buzz at the top. Can you arrive there from, and I want you to sound like an old propeller plane starting up. Listen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Not bad. Can you arrive?
I'm afraid my propeller just died.
Yeah. Can you come in at that top note? Not too high, just relaxed. Good. So a buzz, a free buzz like we're doing, just still requires air and support.
It does.
Squeeze your belly. It sounds like the buzz you're creating is not focused enough. It sounds very wide, as if like the whole right across there is vibrating. We just want the middle bit. So you squeeze here and try and focus the point of the vibration. Hey, great. The first one you did, Esther, the first one you did was terrific, and then you stopped blowing and lost it. So really focused vibration and sustained with the vibration, the blowing. Big breath. You gotta breathe, my friend. You gotta breathe.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, this is only a piece of metal, Alex. So why do you have to breathe so much?
One word. Good. That's better. That's better. Cool. Can you find that position from the loose? Good.
I have to practice on that.
Slow down. That's fine. Start there. Good. So we go from horse to plane. That's there. That's there. And I need you to increase the air as the pitch goes up. So more support. Ooh, good. Good. That's getting there. That's getting there. It's progress, my friends. All progress. Now with the mouthpiece. Thinking about that really focused buzz. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm looking at the Hector McDonald routine, and I'm looking at page 4, exercise 1.
Oh, of course.
And I'm going to turn on my drone. Can you hear that?
I can.
Cool. Can you sing that for me? Law.
Oh, you just want me to sing it?
Would you? Can you?
Oh, of course. Uh-oh.
That's it. Big breath. Go for it. Well pitched, Esther. That is excellent pitching. The quality of your sound is not great, though. So the same consideration when we sing versus when we buzz. What do I want you to think about? Can you anticipate?
Well, taking a deep breath for one thing.
That's great. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Well, 1 out of 1. What's the next thing? So you've taken a big breath. Then what? Then what, Esther? What do you do with all that air? Are you lazy with it?
No, you started buzz it out, Alex.
For singing, how do you buzz it out? What does that mean?
Oh, the singing? Oh, okay, yeah, you're singing, yeah.
You take a big breath, and then what? How do you sound good? What do you have to do? Quick fire round. Don't overthink it. Go. Take a big breath. And then support. Squeeze your belly. Have a listen.
Yeah.
So here's the lazy version. Just listen. Oh, it was accurate, and that is the only good thing that can be said about it. I'm now going to breathe, and I'm going to squeeze my belly while I sing. So much much easier and it sounds better. So big breath, yeah, and be operatic. Oh, still low, still low. You can sing that note. I just want a big breath and a healthy sound. Off you go. That's better. Can you put it down the octave like you did before?
Pardon?
Can you sing it an octave lower, 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 lower?
Well, no, not really.
You did before. You did before. You did 30 seconds ago.
Good. Like that?
Yeah, lovely. That is a fine quality sound you're making, Esther.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to turn that off before I go insane. Very, very fine. Yeah. Right? It's really operatic. Was it easier to sing it like that?
Singing it with a full full lung of air, yes.
Yeah, and squeezing your belly while you sing as well, yeah.
Yes.
Nice, very effective. I would suggest to you, because you've got access to a drone now, is that correct? Are you able to use the app?
No, we bought the
tablet,
whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the computer said, no, it's not going to go on there.
Oh.
So we're going to have to get with Best Buy and have them come over, because a computer store here in town that we call a Geek Squad.
Oh, yep, we've got that here.
And see if they can put it on.
Okay.
If not, I may have to go somewhere. Pardon?
Is there a young person you could, like a neighbor, that you could get to come over and help you out? I'll give you $20.
No, I think.
Go find a teenager. They'll help you out.
Well, Bill, with I don't know what they have over in your country, but we have technical support with our computers.
Yeah, of course. But
and
a young person would be cheaper.
Well, except we're already paying for this, so we might as well use it.
Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, once that is set up and you're engaging with this exercise, I would like you to try singing through it as well. Right? So you get a sense of the pitches and to making sure that that's clear in your head, but the same processes that you have to use to sing well and really project are the same on the French horn. So French horn is a big distraction, right? It distracts us. The sound that we're making and the challenge of trying to produce anything at all distracts us from thinking about doing it well. We don't have that distraction when we're singing, right? I don't know what you're like, but for me, just try and get me to shut up. It's so easy for me to make noise, right? So I have full capacity, and I suspect you're similar, Esther. I have capacity to think about breathing well and supporting with the air. Oh, yeah, cool. So here's a C. Oh, your turn. Don't overthink. Just go. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh. Nice and high. 2. Ooh. Sing the higher one like you did before.
I'm saying, Mike.
You've gone from to yawn is.
I'm not.
There you go.
Part of my problem is, Alec. Part of my problem. This is ridiculous.
You got it, mate. You got it. You found it so well before. Great. I think that you're falling into the trap of trying to judge it while you're singing it.
Well,
on the mouthpiece. You ready?
Whoops.
Right. Oh, almost. And is there a pause on the last note? There sure is.
Yes, there is. And should I do it again?
Yes, please. That was very fine, though. You've really come a long way with this exercise. Right. Just listen for the last note. Stay low on that pitch. Now we're going to progress. That's it. Now we're going to do the second line. So listening, because here's the drone against it. This is where it gets very satisfying. Sing this note just a la. Good. Beautiful. Good pitching. Just making sure this note, the minor third. It's nice and clear.
I'm not getting that.
It was a bit vague. It was like wobbling between major and minor. So listen. So that was very fine though.
No, thank you.
Remember the pause at the end. Last note. Good. Nice big breath. Sing. Getting there.
You have a beautiful tenor voice. You really do. You're a tenor. I'm a high soprano, so that's why I'm having a little trouble getting down here.
For you, honestly, I can hear that you're able to get those pitches. It doesn't sound too low to you. It sounds like you're just producing it poorly. You're like, instead of, oh.
All right, once more.
Beautiful, Esther. Gorgeous. All of a sudden, that range has opened up to you, yeah? Good. Just listening, though. That second interval. It was a bit, got a bit creeping up. Big breath, produce it well.
Which one? The same one? Same piece?
Idea, Gorgeous. Don't forget the pause. Last one.
Which one?
The second one. C.
Yeah, D
so
as
page 5. Page 5, exercise 2. With the repeat. Slow. Tongue.
Page. You're doing page 5?
I believe so. Page 5, exercise 2. Yep. Play the repeats, tongues. Practice in several keys, it says.
Oh.
Top of page 5, exercise 2. Same thing, just on the horn. Big breath.
Come on, what the heck is
C. If you can do it on the mouthpiece, much easier on the French.
Lately we have a little discourse as to where C is, pardon?
We can hear it, right? Can you hear the drone? Do you hear that?
No.
Do you hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll turn it up. It's very loud on my end.
Yeah, I think it would be loud on your end.
Okay, your turn. C, D, F, G. Good. So, do let me know if I need to turn this down, so if you can't hear me clearly. But intonation is relative, right? And it is relative to other notes. And an interval, different intervals have different, what am I trying to say? We are complicated subjects to express simply. Let me just mute that for a second. So a G, right? So intervals, intonation is relative. A G in relation to another G, they're going to match. That's going to be the same regardless, right? So it's unison, regardless of whether it's an octave or not. A G in relation to a C, for example, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a perfect fit, that interval. That G wants to be slightly higher than where you'd pitch it in relation to the C, so that that perfect fifth is in tune. A G in relation to an E flat, it's a major third. So here's an E flat. Yeah. Just listen, don't look at the music. So here's a G that I'm singing against the E flat. That's a major third, that interval. That needs to be narrow. The G wants to be slightly lower than where it would sit on your tuner to be in tune against that E flat. A G against an E natural is a minor third. It needs to be higher to be in tune. So have a listen. I don't know if you can hear this clearly. I'm going to sing a G against an E flat, so it's creating a major third. I'm then going to change the E flat to an E on the drone, and I'm not going to adjust the G. I'm going to keep singing it as I placed it in tune against the E flat, just so you can see how it sounds wrong. And I'll then adjust it afterwards, so you can get an understanding of where that pitch needs to be. I hope this makes sense. But let's have a listen. So here's a major third. Alright, really had to adjust that to get that interval to be in tune. So the G had to shift. I couldn't just keep the G the same because the intervals around it had changed, therefore it was out of tune. Alright, so you're looking at me like, WTF is this guy talking about? I will send you a really interesting video all about intonation. It's fascinating, but just as a quick intro. So now, what was the point of that? You played, oh gosh, sorry. You went C, D, E, F, G, and your G was, needs to be, I think very bright on that C when you get there. Instead of, your turn. Go. C, D, F, G. You ready?
What did you say, you've lost me back to square one, Alex, on what you're trying to do.
I'm going to look up the video and send it to you right now.
I guess what you're telling me was that I was a little on the flat side, was I not?
Yes, that is.
Okay, that makes more sense.
A lot of words to say exactly that. But if I would like to avoid being the teacher who just goes, this note's flat, this note's sharp, this note's flat, as opposed to this is an understanding about, intonation and intervals so that you can begin to hear it for yourself. But, yes, in the short term, you're flat on that G.
Right. I thought it sounded a little flat myself, too, but then when you were talking about E, I thought there was no E flat on there.
No, I know. I got excited.
Well, I appreciate your enthusiasm, Alex. That's one thing I enjoy about you. You're enthusiastic.
I am sending you a video based on that enthusiasm right now. Please play the exercise. Flat. It's flat. G. Hold that note. La.
Hold what? Do what note?
The G.
Huh? The G?
La.
Are you saying my G is flat again?
G for golf. G for golf. Your G for golf is flat. Very flat. Can you just play that note on its own? G. La. That's too high. Play me this note, G. G for golf. Good. So that note, Esther, is flat relative to a C, which is why we do this exercise with the drone. Because you're going bo, 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 and your interval is too narrow. It needs to be wider.
All right. What do we do about it?
Great question, Esther. I suspect, numero uno, that you're a bit saggy in your support. I think you got a lazy belly.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay, so...
I disagree with that.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Secondary to that, if that's not true, either you need to open your hand just a wee bit for that interval, so your right hand comes open just a bit to allow the pitch to rise. Thirdly, you can tune your F side. So if I turn my horn around to you, this is my main tuning slide here. Lost my pencil. This is my main tuning slide. This is my F side tuner, and then this little one here around the other side on the front of my horn, this little guy, that's my B flat side. And I can tune both of those independently.
Yeah, okay.
So do you know do you have two of these, two big tuning slides on the side that faces you?
On this thing, turn around, horn. Can you see this thing?
I can. So the one that points upwards, that is your main tuning slide. Can you put your right hand on it? Can you point? Yeah, so the one that's pointing to your music stand on the top of your horn.
The one that's pointing to my what?
Your music stand. So this one, your version of this, yeah, that's your main tuning slide. That's it. And then the other one that's pointing downwards, when you hold your horn normally, that's your F side. Yeah. Can that be pushed in at all?
Oh, of course it can be. What, the F side?
Yeah, because your F side is flat.
Yeah, I can push it in.
Cool. And so when you tune, there's a little, like, not a nursery rhyme, but like a very simple thing that you teach to all kids. If you've got a flat bike tire, what do? You push air into it. If you've got a sharp thorn in it, you want to pull it out. So if you're sharp, you pull it out. If it's flat, push it in.
Okay.
Okay. Why? Because if you've got a length of tubing, if you make it longer, if you've pulled that sharp thing out and make it longer, that's going to make it flatter, right? And then vice versa. If it's flat, you want to push it in, that makes the tube shorter, makes it higher. Good. Can you try that exercise again? C, D, da, 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 ya. And C on that G if we can find a better pitch.
Okay, wait a minute. Now you got me.
You got this.
Is that better?
The internet cut out on exactly the G, so I didn't hear. Can you just play the G on its own? But the rest of it was beautiful, by the way. That is better. That is better, Esther. That is so much better. You are now beautifully in tune.
No, wait a minute. I don't want to push it too far in.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's leave the drone off for now.
All right, how does it sound?
Go for it. Good. Good.
I never realized. All right, never mind. Okay. Well, why would that affect both? Why would that affect both sides?
Both sides. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm playing on the B flat side, not the F side.
Yep. Yeah. So
but we fool around with the F tuning slide.
Sure. So if you've got one side, your B flat side, and your F side, if you make the F side, if your F side is flat, you put it in, that makes it sharper. That is now sharper in relation to the B flat side. Right? So intonation is relative. Affecting one still affects the other in terms of how they relate to each other. So you've got your main tuning slide. You've got your main tuning slide, which brings both up or down at the same time. Right? Your F side, your F slide tunes the F side in relation to the B flat side.
Well, no, wait a minute, Alex. What is the slide that tunes it both up? Both of them simultaneously? Because I've got the B flat side.
That was the one that pointed to your music stand, the one on top.
But that's a B flat one, isn't it?
No. So you've got your horn has a main tuning slide that tunes the whole instrument, and it's got the F tuning slide. So the one you pushed in before, that's your F horn side.
Yeah.
And the other one that we left alone, that's your main tuning slide. This one here. No, it's all right. You don't know what you don't know. That's totally fine, right? So the same one that you've got that points upwards on the side of the instrument that faces you, points towards your face. Yeah. This is your main tuning slide here.
Okay.
Yeah. And so when you're tuning, right, and you play your middle C, and you want to make sure it matches the drone when you get that working, that's the slide that you adjust.
Okay.
And then what you could do, if you're getting super nerdy about it, is just swap back and forth between a middle C on the B flat side and the F side. And does that C sound the same, or does it change depending on what side of the instrument you're on? And you want it to sound the same. Listen. Good breath. So that one, the second one is a little bit sharp. You're going.
Oh, that's a B flat. That's a little sharp.
Just once more.
This is the F side.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds a little sharp.
So what do you do?
Gosh.
If it's sharp, pull it out. If it's flat,
a little bit.
Push it in.
Yeah. Now let's see.
Try again. So was that F to B flat?
Huh?
Or B flat to F? Did you go no thumb to thumb or thumb to no thumb?
That was F to B flat.
Ooh. Yeah, so your F side is flat in relation to your B flat side. Yeah, so when you put the thumb down, the pitch goes up. which means that your starting side, the F side, is flat in relation to your B flat side.
So we push it in a little further.
That's it.
On that
That's it, right? So, yes, the B flat side is sharper than your F side, right? But that means that let's reverse that statement. The F side is flat in relation to your B flat side, and it's the F side of your instrument that you have control over with that tuning slide. Okay? All right, that's enough. Let's just forget about intonation for right now because it's a can of worms. In whatever form you can do while retaining your composure. Your turn. Even if that just means 7 notes at a time, that is okay.
Well, I mean, you told me to do that at first, and you told me to do it at...
Show me how it goes. Show me how it goes. Ooh, nice big breath every time.
You know. That was E flat, wasn't it?
That was
sorry about that.
So close. Except for the wrong note. That was beautiful. Breathe.
Well, I haven't gotten that part.
That was so close.
Well.
That was so close. Try again. Oh.
Oh, Esther. Those are my fingers again. You know. Hey,
look
what can I say?
Stop. Don't play. Stop. Don't play. You've got that pattern in your head, right? You know how it goes. C, E flat, G, C. Can you, don't play, stop playing. Can you do the finger pattern while looking at your fingers? So put your hand on your horn. And I don't need you to tell me, but look at your horn and go C, E flat, G, C, G, E flat, C. And name the notes while you do it. Look at your fingers. C.
C, E flat, G, C,
G.
G,
E flat. Look at your fingers. Look at your fingers while you do it. Because your thumb is getting confused when you play. That's all.
Oh, I know, Alex.
So
are a mess.
no, that's fine. Everyone's fingers are a mess, right? Your fingers, most of my students, your fingers are naughty school children, unsupervised. So why do we look at them? To supervise them, right? To make sure they're behaving themselves. So can you do that again? Name the notes. Make sure that the thumb comes up for the G and comes back down again for I, C. C, E flat, G, C, G, E flat, C. Okay?
That's the one thing that amazes me about the G, and that it hasn't been open. And
Yep. So just make sure that it is open. Because when you did it before, you were so close. You went C, E flat, and went to do G, but you kept your thumb down, and so played an F instead. So you're this close to getting it, but your thumb is like, you've got to make sure it's behaving itself. So can you go through that process? Look at your fingers. Name the notes and make sure G is thumbless.
C, E flat, G, C.
Yeah.
G, E flat, C.
Cool. Did your fingers do the right stuff?
Yeah, but I don't think I got it. I mean, I just, that thing, never mind. G
it's a funny analogy. G is your nemesis, right? Well, don't ascribe it too much credit. It's a naughty child. right? It's not. Don't ascribe that note too much credit. It's not like you're a superhero and this is the like villain in the story. You are the superhero, yes, but the G is just a naughty child who requires supervision. That is all, right? And this is not the fight of the century. It's just a note that just needs a little bit of attention. That's all. So now, without naming the notes, can you do that same valve pattern? Ba, 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 ba. Look at your fingers. Look at your fingers. Oh. Don't look at me. Look at your fingers and do that process again.
No, wait a minute. Oh, shoot.
Is it the G?
No, wait a minute.
Cool. So we don't need to hear this now. We don't need to hear this now. This is the practice I need you to do. To be looking at the valves and making sure visually that it's doing the right stuff.
It's I guess it sort of confuses me a little bit, but
yeah. Can we, just as an exercise, do the same? So the rest of the exercise, da 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 da, where you're going between two notes before moving on to the next one. Let's do that for the arpeggio. So we're going to go C to E flat, and then a G. Try that. C, E flat, and then up to a G. So the same sextuplet. C,
okay, the same.
E flat, just those two notes, back and forth.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey, okay, E flat to G, and then landing on a C. No, what's your thumb doing? Your thumb has to move, it has to come up with the G. You're doing this, you're going, okay, high five, okay, high five, okay, high five, okay, high five, like that. That's the movement you got to do.
That's one way to look at it, Alex. Great. Thank you.
Great. Good. Those were some well-supervised digits. So when you get to the arpeggio at the end, treat it the same. Like that. Does that compute? Yes? No? Just say yes. Do you understand? Yes or no? I don't need you to do it now. Is it clear? I can write it out for you if you need me to.
No, it's just the same. You're just saying the same pattern as we've done in the other stuff.
Exactly. Good. So I just wanted a verbal confirmation that you understood. That's all.
Oh yeah, I understand. It's going to be C, E flat, C, and then it goes up to G.
So Esther, the other consideration in this exercise, because so much of it is really good, I'm very impressed with the improvement that you've made in such a short time. The B to the A flat, that interval, your fingers are doing the right stuff. They are moving at the right time in the right places, but the interval isn't clean, right? Because it's quite a big gap.
Now, wait a minute. How can it be such a big gap, Alex? You're just going from you're talking about B natural to A flat.
Yes. Count the semitone.
Why is that such a gap?
So, C to D, what are the notes in between? You've got C, C sharp, D. That's 3 half steps. D to E flat, D, E flat, 2. E flat to F, E flat, E natural, F, 3. F to G, F sharp, G, that's 3. G to A flat, That's 2, G, A flat. A flat to B natural, look at me. A flat, A, B flat, B natural. 4 semitones. It's a broader, a wider interval than all the other ones.
Okay, you're throwing some theory in here a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I am. Let's get theoretical up in here. So, not only is it a bigger gap, but you're going from a very short valve combination to a very long valve combination. Your horn is physically longer and requires more air. So, A, the interval's bigger than I think what you're hearing. B, the physical requirements of the instrument on the longer tubing requires more air. Can you do that slowly from a B to an A flat, really hearing and making a full sound on each note? So that needs to be a very clear, obvious interval when you get to that point in the exercise. You sort of went or 4 when you played. So you wiggled your fingers at the right time, but they didn't correspond with correct notes. Okay? Terrific. This exercise is going beautifully, my friend. Can we turn to, let's do a little bit of high range. So 2 and 3 on the F side. Can you find this note for me? It's an A flat. Good. So we're doing this on the F side. No thumb, just for the purpose of this exercise. So no thumb. Side. Try it again.
Oh, gosh.
You got it. Have confidence. Confidence, Esther. Good. Great. So that is our launch pad.
Okay, no, never mind.
No dumb questions. Why? What's your question?
No, Alex.
It's okay. It's worthwhile. Always ask.
Somebody else got the phone. That's great. All right.
That's all right. So what was your question?
I did realize that I switching over from the F side to the B flat side has sort of confused me a little bit on some stuff.
Yep.
And maybe that sounds stupid. I don't know. Maybe some of the other students are having problems like that. I don't know.
Yep, they are. Yes. Is that an observation more than a question?
Why are we going?
So yes. So I will give you the most desirable fingering for your like standard notes. So every note has like a standardized fingering, right? But for the sake of particular exercises, right, where we're trying to practice a particular thing, we might use alternate fingerings. That's all. So for an A flat, always when you're playing music on the B flat side, 100%. Right? Same, anything above that G below it, or everything's on the B flat side. It's a much more secure side of the instrument for the high register. Okay. For the purposes of this exercise, we're going to go through the harmonic series. We're going to use the F side as a way to warm up into the high register. Okay, so if we did like so I've got my thumb down, I'm on the B flat side. If I go up from that A flat, the intervals are quite big. When I do it on the F side, I can do a whole scale just with my lips, and that's what we're going to be exploring. So look, no thumb, 2 and 3, F side. And the intervals are this close together. So that's what we're going to be exploring. So I want you to try and sound like an elephant here. So I want you to go. Lots of sound, just up and down on the F side, 2 and 3. No. Always blowing, always air.
Okay, well, let's see.
Not bad, not bad. I think you're trying to be polite. Yes, be rude. Be bombastic. Make a lot of sound. Whoa, whoa. Fill the instrument up with air. Lots of noise, Esther. Can't hear you. It's very puny. It's a bit pathetic. You play a brass instrument. Where's the noise? Make noise. Be loud. Oh. That's it. Good. That is a healthy volume. Thank you. Start on this note on the A flat and we go up and down. Ooh.
How far down are we going to go, though, Alex?
Back to the A flat. So this is your midpoint.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
Louder.
Good. I'm not getting
it. Yeah, but you're trying to control things. I don't want you to control it. I want you to put a lot of air into the instrument and just go higher. Make a big rip. Listen. Go for it. Yeah, good. Good. Great. Now I'm going to do the same thing on 1 and 2. Can it be slightly higher in the register? That's it. Nice, nice. So the focus, keep blowing. So you're always keeping the air moving. And we're just working on going from when the lips do that contraction. Would you like to try that again? Healthy sound the whole time. So nice big breath, squeeze your belly. Nice. Good. And as you do it, see if you can push higher into the register.
I'll see.
Don't go higher with our eyebrows.
Well, thank you, Alex. Appreciate that.
This is not what drives the instrument. Just FYI. So there's 2 things to consider, right? One is the tension of the lips, making sure that it's coming in. So it's like someone's got a purse, like a coin purse, right, with the strings on your side, and it goes.
Okay, yeah, right.
And that more importantly than what your lips are doing, the air has to be energized the whole time. What provides lift in an airplane? What makes an airplane go higher?
Well, the lift for one thing.
The what?
The lift of the.
Explain
what makes
lift.
It go higher?
Explain lift. What is lift?
Explain lift is
something interacting with something else provides lift. Does a plane go higher if it's not moving?
No, it's the
no,
air.
It does not.
It's
the what?
It's the F draft.
No. It's the what? You said the previous word. The air, right? The air moving at speed over the wing. Lift. Air at speed over the wing. Lift. Right? That's the process. And as the plane goes forward, it's interacting with faster air, and because of the shape of the wing, it creates, is it negative pressure over the wing and positive pressure underneath, or the other way around? And anyway, that provides the lift, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while
I'm not a physician, okay, but
well, it's also the lift under the aircraft too. You know, you've got with an airplane, depending where the wind is coming from, you're moving along at 60 or 80 or 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
And you're gonna have some lift from underneath the plane.
So we're getting lost in the wings. Totally lost in the wings. Lost in the weeds. 100%. I agree. And the most important thing is that
I know what you're trying to say.
Air at speed interacting with the wing provides lift. This is our wing. Right? And the shape of our lips is like the shape of the wing. Right? You want to go higher, it has to be a different shape to how it is to go low. Just like how you've got the whatever those things are called on the wing at the back that go up and down, the flaps. Yeah. Right? So, I mean, the analogy will fall over if we go too far into it, right? But it's the air at speed that creates the lift, right? Just like an airplane won't go up if it's not moving, your lips will not provide lift if they're not blowing. So always air first, air. In your hierarchy of things you consider, the most important thing is the air. And if it's not working, forget about the lips. Go back to what does it feel like to just blow through the horn. Can we try that? So mouthpiece out, all 3 valves down on the F side. Big breath, Esther. Squeeze your belly as you blow. Good. That's better. Keep all 3 valves down. Keep doing that. Good. Observe how it feels to move air, right? What does it, notice the sensation of your lungs collapsing. Notice the sensation of your belly being drawn in to squeeze out the air, right? Can you do that again? Observe the lungs coming in, observe the belly coming in. Great breath. That was the best breath you've taken today, my friend. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. That was the best breath you've taken today. I want you to observe that one when you watch this video back. Good. Great. Terrific. See, when we do it with the mouthpiece, if you can't observe those same sensations as you attempt to play higher. So let's just go back to 2 and 3. Lots of sound. Good. Already better. Good. It was connected with air. That was the best attempt you've done so far. And then unfortunately you stopped. You stopped blowing. All right. So this is what I want you to observe. The sensation of your lungs, the sensation of your belly. And all we're doing is observing those things while squeezing, like increasing lip tension and decreasing lip tension. That's all. And we're just experimenting and familiarizing with that mechanism. That's all. Does that make sense?
Yes. I have a question though, Alex.
Shoot.
And this is not to be I'm just a set of surprise in a way. You told me 2 lessons ago, okay, you have to take the responsibility of taking a deep breath.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden you've gone back to say, okay, come on, a deep breath. Mm-hmm. But yet, so what's happened here?
What's happened? Well,
I haven't achieved what you have been wanting, apparently.
No, it's not automatic for you yet. Often you have a tendency when you are attempting something that is complicated for you, your breathing suffers.
Well, maybe it's because it's new.
Absolutely. So you when
I'm sure this happens to a lot of people. Huh?
Of course it is. So when you are doing something that is within the bounds of your ability, you have capacity to think about breathing well, and you tend to. Okay? Right? But when we're outside the realms of what you feel confident on, because we are ever expanding your ability, right? That's my job, to expand you and to push you.
Of course.
When we're outside of that comfort range, your breathing suffers. Right? And so that's why I'm continually reminding you to take a big breath. So what we want to do is get to the point where our automatic response to a challenging thing regardless of whether we're familiar with the challenge or it's brand new and we're sight reading, essentially, the automatic response should be to take a big breath.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Alex.
No, that's fine. It's nothing to apologize about, right? It's a very natural part of developing a new habit, right? So when you are conscious about it, your breathing is pretty good. When you're thinking about it, it's there. Great. Before, you would think about it and it still wasn't there. So this is progress. So there's, what is that? There's like, isn't that the stages of learning? There's, oh, I'm going to butcher this. There's like, we don't know what we don't know. Then we know what we don't know. And then we don't know what we know, and then we know what we know. And that's the progression, I think. And I think I've cocked that up wildly, but I'll look into it and I'll send it to you. There's that you aren't, you're, pause. Let's pin this. I'm going to go look it up and I'll send it to you at a future date. Okay. So every time in your practice you are engaging with something that feels unfamiliar, that you feel unconfident about, uncertain about, go to the French horn with no mouthpiece on 1, 2, and 3 on the F side and just observe how it feels to blow and to move a lot of air. And then when you go to do it on your instrument, rather than trying to achieve a certain result, just use that same sort of air within the context of the high range, the low register, fast notes, slow notes, loud notes, soft notes, whatever it is you're trying to do, try and replicate that same sensation of moving air. So the constant thing is that this mechanism of whatever it is we're trying to do. So let me just, I'll just go through that exercise so you've got a record, and then I have to run. So 2 and 3 on the F side. I'm taking a big breath. I'm squeezing my belly, and I'm just tightening my lips to build into the high register. That's all we're doing. Lots of noise. It doesn't have to be tidy. Just blow and go higher. So that sounds, Esther, sounds very air-starved. That is a different mechanism. Stop. That is a different mechanism. That was better. That is a different mechanism to what you achieved before when you just blew air through the horn. Right? So you blow air through the horn, you observe the mechanism at work, and then when you go to play with the mouthpiece, you use the same mechanism. Right? That is your criteria for success in this. Regardless of what comes out of the bell, in this context, in the short term, if you take a big breath and you move a truckload of air, success. Okay? So let me just demonstrate the rest of the exercise. You're going to go up through the valve combinations, doing the same thing. As you get higher, more air. So 1 and 2. Big breath. And you can hear the noise I'm making. It's quite powerful, isn't it? Good. So that last one took me from C to G. All right, the interval we're aiming for is a fifth. Ba-da-da-da-dee. Once that feels good, I don't know how much progress you'll make with this, but if you're breathing and blowing well, it should be pretty rapid. Yeah. Come back down to 2 and 3, and then you're going to try and do a full octave. Would be the progression. Okay. So that the full octave is probably too much for you in the short term, yeah? But that's what we are building towards.
I'm gonna try that, Alex. There's sometimes I've gotten on this instrument, I'll just take a breath of air and I'll just go for no particular reason.
Yeah.
I know you haven't heard that.
This is what we'll be developing. So this
But
exercise.
I have to. I have to work on my breath. I know you're right. You're right, and it's. I see. So that makes what number 6 the problems that I have. No, was that part of 5? I don't remember. But I've got a lot of stuff I have to get tied up or
Yep.
tightened up or whatever.
So as always, the breathing and the blowing, that's the important thing. That's the important thing. You can't get lift without fast moving air, right? I got a dash. My heat pump died in the night, and I have to go home and fix it.
Oh no!
Yes, that's very exciting. It's the joys of adulthood. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Really nice to see you. I will try and remember to look up that thing I was mentioning. Anyway.
Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you too, Alex. Tell me one other thing. Did you get the postcards that White
Yes,
sent
I
to
did.
you?
I did get the postcards. Thank you very much. That is very sweet. Yes, no, I did.
Did you
I
like
forgot
them?
about
Did you enjoy
that.
them?
Yeah, it was cool. I had a question about it. There was a Native American name of a tribe that was remarkably similar to a state name, and I had wondered if that was a coincidence or if the state name was derived from the local tribe name.
I would say it came from the tribe.
Kansas. That might have been it. There was a
Kansas, yeah.
Kansa. Kansa was the tribe, and so is Kansas.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Because given the history of the treatment by the states of the Native American people, I did wonder. I was like, oh gosh, that's the cynical part of me, was prepared to believe that it was just a coincidence and that there was no homage paid to the local tribe.
No, there wasn't a coincidence. They used that. I mean, they used everything. Everything that you saw there came from that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, even the names, for example, tornado and hurricane, is American Indian.
Is that a Native American name? Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I have to run. I really have to run.
Okay.
But very nice to see you, my friend.
Alex.
So I will send you this recording as per, and I will link you to that little bit of. It's like the progression of learning. And there's 4 stages to it. That is interesting, and I've totally butchered it. So I'll look it up and I'll get it to you.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Thanks again for the lesson, and I'm still working on trying to get the higher notes. I mean,
No lift without air. That's the last thing I'll say. See you, my friend.
No, I don't do it. I don't do it without air. That's for sure. No.
Good. All right. See you, mate.
It's coming along. Okay. Thanks
Bye.
a million. Take care.